Well, it's great to meet all of you, and I'm Steve Stivers. I'm running for Congress, and I'll lift this up and orient you to the district real quick. The district is all of Union County, as all of Madison County. It has about half of Franklin County, excluding Dublin, and it actually comes over here a little bit. So we're right here in the university area. All of the university area is pretty much in the district. 2 years ago, well, let's go back to 4 years ago. Debbie Price, the incumbent Republican, only won by 1,000 votes in 2006, 4 years ago. 2 years ago, I only lost by 2,000 votes. So in what was kind of a wave election, we almost won. Unfortunately, on campus 2 years ago, we did not do as well, which is one of the reasons we're reaching out, created the student organization to make sure that we reach out and talk to people. The issues that matter everywhere else should also matter on campus. Issues of jobs and spending, because frankly, you're the first ones to feel the job losses and the cutbacks in jobs. Last year, 80% of college students moved back in with their parents. And I want you to be able to get a job and live on your own and do well. And so we need to turn things around. We need to do that by giving business people a little more certainty. We can't come out of this recession by just creating government jobs. Because for every government job you create, you have to have 4 private sector jobs created just to pay for that one government job. Because government jobs pay less taxes than they cost. So you've got to figure out how to pay for them. So we need to get small businesses and businesses engaged in this fight to create jobs. So that's why I want to go give businesses a little more certainty on their tax situation, on their utilities, on their healthcare costs. We've had a bunch of companies say they're going to not, or potentially not, give healthcare to their employees because of the mandates in the healthcare reform bill. We need to get that stuff fixed. We also need to cut back spending because all of you are going to be working for about 40 years, or 30 years, and you need to, you'll be the ones stuck paying off the national debt. In just 2 years, this Congress has increased spending to the level where by the time this meeting, 1 hour meeting's up, they will have spent $420 million. They spend $7 million a minute. 41 cents of that's borrowed, so by the end of this hour, they will have borrowed another $172 million. Really astounding if you think about it. We have got to cut back spending. Discretionary spending's gone up 85%. We need to make sure that we deal with that. I want to put together a common sense approach on budgeting that creates a 2-year budget. And then it creates performance-based budgeting so programs only grow if they're working. And I want to create zero-based budgeting so the programs don't grow automatically. So I also want to give the president a line-item veto. I think that will create a check and balance on some of this unreasonable spending. So we've got a lot of work to do to get some of those things done. I really appreciate your willingness to help me. I'll work hard to make you proud. I'll work hard to make sure we win. And we've got a tough campaign probably ahead of us. But we know how to do this. We came so close 2 years ago, and we can win this year. So appreciate your willingness to help. There's going to be lots of great events and activities. We'll keep you engaged and busy, and it should be fun. So please have fun while you're doing it too, because life's too short not to have fun. But I really appreciate the opportunity to be with you tonight. Unfortunately, I'm coming from someplace and got one more place to go before the end of the night. Yes, Adam Kuhn, by the way. That's Adam Kuhn, the campaign manager and big thinker. So, Adam.
Tell a little bit about yourself. Pre-Columbus.
Okay, I grew up in a little town in southern Ohio. You guys all talked about where you are from originally. I grew up in a little town called Ripley, Ohio, right on the Ohio River. A town of about 2,000 people. Great place to grow up. Really teaches you the value of hard work. It teaches you the value of community, working together, friendship, and it takes away some of your fear of failure because it's such a small town you don't have to be real good at things to necessarily do them. I remember I got to play baseball, I got to play basketball. I was an average athlete, but I still got to play all 4 years. I was decent at track and field and got to do that for 4 years as well. So while I was there, I was an Eagle Scout, also in 4-H, also involved with the marching band and played some sports. We get to do a lot of things in a small town. When your senior class is only 100 people, everybody can pretty much do whatever they want to do, which is kind of cool. So that's where I grew up. Then I came here, went to Ohio State, 5.5 of the best years of my life, by the way. And then after I graduated, while I was here, I decided to, I joined Delta Upsilon, by the way. And then I decided to join the National Guard, and I decided to be a page at the State House. I know there's some people in here that work at the State House, and that was a great experience for me. I hope you're having a great experience with it. And it's where I really learned that you can make a difference for people in politics. And so 19 years later, in fact, to the day, 19 years later, after my first day as a page, I started as a state senator. I got a chance to be appointed to the state senate. After working in banking, I was worked at the Ohio Company and then Bank One. And you will hear from my opponent, I was a lobbyist at Bank One, but I'm proud of the 7 years I spent there trying to help them grow jobs, and we grew from 11,000 Central Ohio employees to 13,000, and those jobs are still right here. So I'm proud of that time I spent there. Then after that, I was a state senator for about 6 years, worked on a fiscally conservative state budget that froze tuition at places like Ohio State for 2 years, and we gave the biggest property tax cut in state history. I also helped pass tort reform, helped pass Medicaid buy-in for people with disabilities so they could keep their Medicaid insurance but also get a job. As they make more, they pay more. So it helped them, because they were going to have insurance either way, it helped them be able to get a job. It's going to put 17,000 Ohioans with disabilities to work, and I'm really proud of working on that. And then, of course, 2 years ago, I ran for Congress, and I guess I'm leaving out that in 2004 and 2005, I spent a year in Operation Iraqi Freedom. After spending 25 years in the military, back when it's 25 now, they finally called and said, hey, we need you to go overseas. And I said, all right. So I went over and served as a battalion commander. We were responsible for all the postal operations in southern Iraq, Kuwait, Qatar, and Djibouti. Had about 400 people working for me. I'm proud to say that everybody that was working for me came home. A couple of them hurt, nobody killed. They've since all recovered from their injuries, and I'm really proud that we not only accomplished our mission, but I was able to bring everybody home. I think that background of private sector experience, working in government, knowing how to get things done, and military experience is a nice background to have when you're going to Congress to, number one, decide about future conflicts, and number two, making economic policy, having worked for companies and understanding what it's like to make a payroll and how government can get in the way with red tape regulation and laws that don't make sense. And then knowing how to get things done as a legislator for 6 years, and Columbus Monthly Magazine called me the most effective legislator in Franklin County. So I'm excited about this opportunity. We've got a big responsibility ahead of us to try to get spending back on track and try to get jobs back. But that's what you guys deserve, and that's what you need. Luckily, there's not a lot of seniors in their last quarter in this room, because I don't know that we're going to get it turned around for you. Frankly, I won't be there till after you graduate. But we got to turn it around for the freshmen and sophomores in this room and the juniors, so that when you graduate, there'll be jobs out there, private sector jobs that pay, that will give you benefits, and not just these service sector jobs that may not give you the life that you can raise a family on. So I really appreciate the opportunity to be with you guys tonight, and I'm looking forward to getting to know all of you and working with you. I really thank you for your willingness to help. You can make a huge difference right here on campus, because 2 years ago the battle was on campus, and we didn't have enough folks to help us. And so having the student organization engaged and involved really makes a difference. So thank you for being our eyes on campus, our ears on campus, and our shoe leather on campus. And I'll work hard to make you proud and earn your support. So thanks a lot. Please get pizza, by the way. Adriatico's is fabulous. Who hadn't had Adriatico's before? It's a pretty good pizza. I always loved it when I was here, and it's huge, which I love. So, well, thank you so much. Is there anything else? We got bumper stickers. You're going to have T-shirts. Are you giving out T-shirts today, or how are you doing that?
It'll be at our next view.
At the next event. So I know that we've got T-shirts that are back. You got T-shirts that are back for Buckeyes for Stivers. We have Steve Stivers for Congress T-shirts that we can get for you too. We got bumper stickers if anybody wants to put them on your car. We got yard signs if you want to put them out. We have big 4x8 yard signs, especially if you live in Madison County. We'd love to talk to you about where you can help us put a few of those. So if you want to put those, I know a couple people have said I want to put those on my apartment here in Columbus. So. But we want to work with you to make sure we get our name out and really win the battle on campus, because you are right in the middle of the district, and this is one of the epicenters one of the areas we need to win. So thank you. Anything else I left out?
You did great. Thank you.
Thank you.